Into April now, we're at Hawkstone for the British round of the World Championship, which is round 2 this year. The first round being held a week before in Luxembourg. And there, Tommy took the win from Mark, followed closely by Geordie. And there's the man himself.
If it's going to rain, it will be very muddy and very slippery, but at the moment it's very dry. But still, terrain becomes quite slippery because under there is, anyway, it's wet a little bit and it's very steep uphill. So, and sections are quite hard, so I think there will be some marks lost.
Yeah. Well, let us last week. They whacked it on. It was massive. Feeling very confident. I've practiced well. We've got a new engine in my bike which came from Luxembourg, and that's running very, very good. The whole team's working well, and we're all getting on good. As I say, everything's looking good, so it's just down to me now.
And some very big sections here at Hawkstone Park. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'd looked around Wednesday, and they looked a little easy, but obviously they've changed them since then, and all the sections are totally new, really, like really, really big time. If it stays dry, like it is at the moment, it'll be very, very good and very spectacular. If there's a little rain, it'll just total the lot.
I think the sections are very good. Last week, if you had problems, you could just stop and get yourself sorted out again, but you can't do that here. The sections are just too steep to be stopping all the time, so I think it'll be a lot better trial here.
Okay. So, one lad with a lot of pressure on him is Rowan Dougie Lampkin after last year's performance when he took the win at his home round. But straight on in the action, we've got Robert Crawford, making a few outings this year in the World Championship on his Yamaha. Just having a hefty one, but that was a fair ride. Wham Pons on his powerful gas, making absolute nonsense of that section. Tommy Avala here, leading the World Championship after his win in Luxembourg. Once again, I'm minding for him this year. Hoping we can go one better and have that number 1 played on us the year after. Tommy not quite setting off too good there. Having to have a big one at the top. Now just hooking up a gear, probably into 4th. This massive climb with a big rock step, no problems. Crushed it. Doug and Mark having a bit of a discussion. Diego there, up section 5, which is probably one of the best sections of the trial. Very difficult exit. Young Spanish rider, Just Rebo, coming to grief. Doug going for the slower approach, just losing his balance and having to have one on the wrong side. Doug hoping here to put in a star performance. As you can see, all the aces lined up behind. Watching how he does it. I think on this section, if you got out for a 3, it was still an excellent ride. Massive crowd turned out. Bruno, he's had a swap to Beda this year. He was going to have one of the best seasons he's had for a long while. Nice ride there. Takumi, he was going to have one of the worst seasons of his life. 5th last year in the standings. And he was going to drop to way outside the top 10. Graham on that Scorper again. He started the year in promising form. Graham being the only score per factory rider. Had a lot of pressure on him, as well as riding the bike, trying to develop the new one as well. Nice stuff there. This is the tricky bit of the section. I think on the Saturday there wasn't one rider up here. Which is so steep, with 3 or 4 rock steps up it. They could get quite to the top, then that last one, just no chance. Donato Miglio. And to our own Steve Colley there. Loves riding in front of big crowds. John Shirt there on the right, his minder for the year. Steve was hoping to improve on that 10th place where he finished last year. Just clearing it out. Fair step coming up to the ends cards. But Steve in his element on that sort of going. JT here, he meant business, as he was leading after the first day. Looking at Geordie's bike here in the back of the factory truck. Early now on Sunday morning. Eric Kitch there. Doug with it all to do after he has a disaster of a day yesterday. On to the sections. John Luke Nick 2. He had a change to Fantic. The young Japanese rider, Agawa, also making easy work of that. World renowned regular, Alex van den Broek. No nonsense, no stopping, straight up, excellent ride. He knows it as well. Kenichi Kuriyama, he was going to be the surprise of the season, putting in some excellent results throughout. And Dario Gandine, that was a brilliant ride. So back with Kenichi. Japs were out in force. Had 2 or 3 riders mining for him. This boy's trick riding and balance is one of the best I've seen. As you can see, there's not a lot of room on that rock. So if he comes more than 6 inches back now, he'll be back down onto the motocross track, which is about 100 yards away. Not quite getting it right. A few people trying to catch the beater, but to no avail. On to Mark, who a lot of people are tipped to take the championship this year. Very happy on his Montesa, got a good team behind him. Just moving it into place very slowly. Let's see how Mark can get on. Just taking the one, but that was an excellent ride. On to Pons here. He's loving these big steps and short run-ups. The Manxman, Stevie Colley. He was flying today, getting urged on by his home supporters. And Graham, not quite getting up that last section there. And taking avoiding action. Geordie coming in at the end of laps, handing in the punch card. He was unbeatable today. He was on a mission.
No problem.
And Robert looking as though he's enjoying himself. Gabriel Reyes. Mark's second man, really. He's the only other Montesa rider on a factory bike. And on his day, he can put in a really good performance. Just flying up there, and that in fact was about a 5-foot undercut route. Didn't even touch it. Pons looking as happy as ever. Different angle there, but still no problem. And on to Scoot, just urging it up there. Very slippy, that piece. Nothing going right today for Doug. In fact, it was going to be the worst result of the season for him. Just using all that room, coming back to the tape. Looks horrible from here. Lovely job. The man himself, Amos Bilbao. Spectacular as ever. He's having a better ride than he did last year. Doug there, just creeping by the tree. Still feet though firmly on those pegs. Different approach there from Doug. He rode it, but still gets up no problem. The crowd love it. Collie wobbles. Not quite as nice, but still managing to clean it. Bruce there, just trampling down the line, making sure he gets full traction when he sets off.
I'm happy because I stay again in the first position, no? But I think this year is much more hard because Avala and Mark riding much better and in each competition make good result, no? And that is very heavy for me.
And you like the trial here at Hawkstone Park?
Yeah, I like because it's hard. Maybe the section is not perfect for me, no? But I like because we have possibility to drive in good and to make some errors, no? And recuperate.